out of this exploration of forest and such that you guys are doing? All right.
Okay. Where are my
Last
notes?
week. I don't even know if you're doing the recording anymore. Are you, Libby?
I am.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Yeah. So last week we last left our heroes.
Da, da, da.
We were in the cave, and we decided to go see if we could find the four-armed alien lady, and we squeezed through, and Sunny being Sunny is like, no, I'm gonna go on ahead. And she set off.
Yep.
She set off.
She went right down the hallway.
She saw something shiny, yeah.
Yep, she needed that.
And set off 3 arc grenades.
Yes.
So good job.
That was good.
Yeah, you know. And we ended up coming upon Azuma, the four-armed lady.
Yeah. Yep.
And we were able to convince her that we weren't there to harm her, and we were friends.
Good friends.
Good friends. So we had dinner with her. She told us her story. She was on the ship. She was on Divinity. And some other people from her planet. They were being taught the language technology to take back to their people. The Divinity was attacked by the Dominion of the Black. The ship escaped. But some people on the ship were driven insane or were fighting amongst themselves. The Dominion was tracking the ship somehow, and they kept finding them. The Kasathans, which is what she is, were not affected by these mind things. They boarded some escape ships when the Divinity was too damaged, and they put themselves into stasis. When they woke up recently, they were captives of the Dominion. Azuma is the only one left.
Yeah.
I have written down Androphans were not pure. I'm not sure what I'm not sure what I meant by that.
I think the Androphans, because she said something about that because she found out that other tribes had actually been captured and kind of put in a contained habitat, a desert habitat.
Yes.
So like she was invited in kind of like as an emissary to learn from the Androphans and stuff, but there were others of her people who were actually captive and basically used as science experiments.
Yes, that's right.
You know, in a way. Yeah.
I asked her if she knew the Navigator. She knew of him, that he was highly regarded, and that he kind of seemed to be able to know when the Dominion was he could sense the Dominion, and people thought that maybe the Dominion could sense him, and that's how they knew. Oh, I hope they can't sense me.
Oh, it's working now. The thought process is now working. It's like, oh
no.
Wait. Wait. But why was it that the ghosts attacked you? I'm wondering. I don't know.
Yeah, and those little crab-like critters are able to take control of things. Like one of them kind of wears a lizard and controls the lizard. Nethalgu. Are what they're called.
Horrible names. Such horrible names.
Yeah, Nethalgu.
And this one's name Maki.
Yes, Maki was asking about the disembodied organic Cassandali. They have caves to the west and a beacon that's in the swamp. Unity is the thing they all spoke to. They relied on her to secure areas, answer questions. Argument about restrictions of Unity after drives were disabled. But she wasn't enough to escape Dominion. The Dominion's ship is alive, and it requires flesh. and right now their ship is kind of rotting over there in like the lake.
Yeah. Yes, that's where you should go next.
Yes. So we have fungal caves with like ground troops. They use spores, a contagion.
Let's go over to the map there to help with that. Sorry about that.
The Flayer is one of the Dominion.
And sounded like a chitin to you, I believe.
Yeah, chitin dwells in the shadow plane. Mm-hmm.
Safe zone. I love your safe forest. Safe.
yes. That's a safe zone now.
That is definitely safe.
Yeah, so then we left to go explore. Oh, I asked her about Peter's food because she had some, and she said that as long as it's fresh, it has good effects. But if it's gone bad, it has bad effects.
Right.
So then we went to check out the forest on our way to go check out the glowing red cave.
Yes.
So we went into the forest and we were ambushed by 2 happy trees because I rolled a nat 1 on my perception.
Well, happy trees were after you anyways. What were they? Oh my gosh.
Yagath or Yangeth?
Yeah. Hold on here. Something like that. Very close.
Yeah, Yangeth.
Yangeth
are the trees, or they're immortal creatures. I have here that Azuma and Tor are going to be attacking each other. Sigh. Goodbye, new friend.
It was almost goodbye.
Yes. Azuma, Tor, and Alpion were confused, and they were fighting each other. We were able to finally get through that, heal everybody up.
That was tough.
And that was our only encounter in this forest because I guess a good rolls by the DM.
No, you guys rolled them, remember?
No, you rolled like 7 D100 or something. And
that was me. That was me. I'm sorry. Yeah, I did program those in. Yep.
We found some stuff on a middle-aged female. We found a frost dagger, a masterwork backpack with technological parts worth 3,500 gold pieces, and 2 scrolls of destroy robot. This was a technical agent. And we found a shambling mound corpse, which I don't think there was anything on that.
It's actually even written here. It should be.
Oops.
Apparently, yes. Hi, Libby. Welcome back.
Hi. Sorry, I froze. So I did some psychometry and found that a mated pair of Ettins had been here. They were camping or whatever. I don't know. And then, something scared them. Like they started hearing the voices, and they took off to the west.
Yes. And then there were some other large tracks also going to the west from something else.
Yes.
But I don't think you're able to determine with your survival checks what that is. But some other big things going to the west. So it looked like they were humanoids too. So maybe the beacon calls more than just the Dominion to it. That's right, Alyssa. All right, so do you have anything to add to that description, Alyssa? Anything specific that stood out for you?
No, just that trees who were not actual plant creatures are tricksy fuckers.
I couldn't hear any of that. You said the beacon. Maybe the beacon's calling to them or something?
Yeah, maybe the beacon is calling more than the Dominion to it. Yeah.
Okay, in 6 minutes, I need to go flip those.
Okay. Flip them nuggets.
Oh, and there was also another technical agent that she saw, but she hasn't seen him since. She only saw him once.
Oh, yes. Yes, yes. From afar. Brightly dressed garments.
Yes.
Purple and red. Yep.
He doesn't want to blend in.
I guess he doesn't need to, huh? What does that say?
That he's probably going to kick our ass.
I just love you guys. Okay. Well, that's a great description. Now, you did spend about 12 hours securing those woods. It was the majority of your day. And thank God you were able to actually do it, though. So you came about this plan of not being ambushed and kind of securing an area, making sure that your surroundings were actually safe. So especially here, whenever you're going to be either staying at Peter's place or staying over at Azuma's place, either way, just making sure that that kind of inroads into the valley was secure was important. And it is quite important. You did find a number of little critters running around and stuff, but nothing too deadly besides those trees that fought. There weren't trees at all, and definitely were not from this planet. So you didn't hear any whispering words or any high-pitched songs, no weird Fae-like drama, nothing like that. It just seemed like you were able to go through that entire part of the forest, and everything has worked out well. So that's pretty much your day. As night begins to fall, you can decide if you would like to continue exploring or if you would like to make your camp with Azuma, which is what I think you're going to be doing, was going back over to her place.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so you make it into Azuma's cave, and there's enough room for everybody there, and it does seem quite secure. Azuma, it seems like she puts like some additional like noise lines, kind of like little wires that will jangle some metal pieces of junk and stuff if people walk over it. And she puts one set of it like down near the ground where a human might walk into it, and then you see her crawling up on the side of the wall to go ahead and string one like up across the cavern ceiling too. So whatever it is that she's expecting, it seems like maybe things that crawl on ceilings too, which would be too far to reach in some cases. Only people with ranged weapons would be able to affect them. But it's good because you do have all the ranged weapons still. Okay. She has kind of like a layer inside of the cave a little bit deeper that she's going to go into sleep. And Azuma, once again, she is definitely focused on being able to help you how she can to go in and get revenge on the Dominion. But she doesn't, and she has heard about Cassandra, obviously, spoken of in the Dominion where she was captured. And that was the Dominion ship that she was in. So it was here on the western side of the lake where that ship was. So, but you think she's less enthralled about like becoming part of your group and like kind of traveling around with you everywhere that you go. Maybe it's because she was almost killed today in her very first and only combat with the group.
To be fair, pretty sure she started it. So
I'm pretty sure she doesn't remember any of it.
She does. She does remember her actions, but she doesn't know. Obviously, it's like delusions and things like that. Like maybe her interpretation at the time was very different. So yeah, there's definitely a fog that it happened, or exactly what she was thinking. But she apologizes throughout the day, for attacking and trying to say that she is, she even if you explain it to her, she doesn't fully comprehend like why she would lash out at people. So yes, you can tell that's kind of like kind of scared her a little bit. That startled her a little bit about the adventuring together part. But you can tell
it only gets better from here.
I was gonna say, Azuma, it's only gonna get better, we promise. do you guys have anything specific that you want to talk with her about, or anything that you'd like to do in preparation for the following day? Would you like to maybe eat those mushrooms that are going bad, or not bad yet, but going bad?
Since they're still good, I actually want to try one of the mushrooms.
Oh, that's a great idea. I love this. Okay, good. Okay.
And I figure in the morning I'll have a pepper.
Yeah. If you would like to make a fortitude save for me,
Great.
Delstria.
Sunny's just gonna watch Delstria eat this mushroom and be like, "Are you serious? What does it taste like?"
One of the signs as she cuts into it, it leaks this like greenish fluid. It's one of the signs that it just doesn't seem like a normal mushroom to you, Sunny.
24.
But yeah, actually, it doesn't taste bad. And oh my god, I love it.
Be right back. I'm not going to hear you when you.
I love the evil DM laughter.
Oh god.
Also, now that Libby's obviously out of range, we did kind of forget a major plot point.
What would that be?
The fact that one of our companions is growing horns. Minor detail here, but
I was going to dismiss that completely.
Yeah, that might actually be important.
Is there a companion growing horns? What?
Isn't that weird?
Wow. Well, there is that.
I'm so excited to see what his new character sheet looks like. What happened, Doug? What did you do to my Kylon?
Well, surprisingly enough, the next day when you wake up, he's not going to be a fully realized whatever he might be, but the horns are getting longer.
I've forgotten my recap that we got sorry, I have my oven mitt on still.
Okay, Libby. And she's back.
That we got Kylon to take his helmet off and show and to show toward his back.
Yeah. Yeah. So back to that eating of the mushroom at evening time. With Kylon still with his helmet on because he's quite embarrassed about his head and the things growing from it.
I love.
I don't like that laugh.
Okay, everybody can make a perception check after Delstria eats the mushrooms.
Do I have to make one?
Yes. Oh yeah, you can. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh dear God.
This is scent related, so I'm going to give Bear a +5 to this. Actually,
ooh, heck yeah!
Oh my God, Delstria.
Hold on. 21 for Bear total.
Okay. Okay, Alpion. Alpion. No, Tor doesn't have a bonus on that high enough. Alpion and Delstria are the only ones noticing. Alpion, like, at one point after eating the mushrooms, it's been a while and everything seems fine. I mean, you eat the rest of your meal and they tasted a little bit weird. I mean, they were definitely runny and almost like eggs that are like over easy. But you don't feel bad. As a matter of fact, you don't notice any change until there's this smell that catches you. It smells odd. It doesn't smell like a rot. It doesn't smell sweet. It smells almost it almost smells like ash in a way. Maybe that's the best way that you could describe it. Like after after a fire has long past been burnt out, you can smell kind of like ash, almost in the air, like you're breathing it in. It's almost like it's almost thick, as if you're just breathing ash into your nose. And you notice that it's coming from you, the smell. And the bear also, as he comes over to you, sniffs and looks at you strangely and kind of backs off a little bit, and then just sits on his haunches and looks at you from several feet away. Everybody else talking and everything, but now that you've caught the scent, you just start smelling, and it's something different. It's something like your pores are exuding this scent now.
Huh. Yeah.
You can make a heal check, which is under survival, if you'd like to figure out more about what your scent is. And okay. Okay.
I need to start putting more ranks into survival.
You don't know what it is. It's not too strong. You put other things up to your nose, like you can still smell you can even smell like the different fruits that are there. You pick up some of the other things that he gave you, smell them. You dig into your pack and you put your coffee grounds up there, to clear your nostrils, and you sniff those for a little bit, and you look around, and it returns to you. It's subtle. It doesn't overwhelm your senses. You don't think it's going to be a detriment, but there's something about your own skin now, through your pores, what you're exuding. And you have a new body odor.
I hope that goes away soon.
I love it. Okay. All right. Good. Cool. All right. Well, so those were safe. The mushrooms were safe. Would you like to eat anything else?
I don't know about safe. I will.
There's other things that you could eat, of course, also, like carrots. Did you get any apples? I think you got apples.
I think you gave us a pepper and an apple.
Oh, pepper. That's right. Mm-hmm.
No, the carrots weren't ready yet.
The
That's
carrots,
right.
yeah,
the
carrots
were
weren't ready.
not ready yet. That's very important. Yes.
Try a pepper.
Okay, sure. Make a fortitude save.
Yeah.
Okay.
These are really hot, by the way.
Okay, wait, hold on. So, Delcia eats a mushroom, and like hours later, reaches into her bag for another random piece of fruit.
Yeah, and she looks at it, smells it, and then she takes a bite. Yep.
And it kind of like hit Tor, be like, hey.
He looks over to you, he's like, uh-huh.
I think she might have a problem. She's going back for seconds of the weird fruit.
Just see what it does.
Tor glances over at Kylon, and then he looks at you, Sunny. He says, multiple problems. Okay, you no worries there at the fortitude save. You are good, actually.
Just a little spicy.
Yeah, make
Drink some
another survival check to see if you can notice the effects on you.
I'm so proud of you.
20.
Okay. Very good. You notice that you actually are quicker. Like it seems like it's kind of piqued your reflexes and your reaction time. You have a +2 bonus on initiative checks and reflex saves. Sadly, those bonuses end, though, after 1 hour. And those are untyped bonuses. So that means that you would get those on top of any other reflex bonuses or initiative bonuses that you would have. Very, very spicy, by the way, though. You think that it actually could really affect you. Maybe you might even have indigestion tonight over it.
Hey, I've eaten Kylon's cooking.
I was gonna say you handled worse, and yeah, you think that if you were not strong in fortitude, that you could actually have an issue eating these.
Okay, be right back.
So, meanwhile, Kylon is going to be there kind of with his helmet on, looking down at the fire that's been created there. A hole in the middle of this chamber kind of rises up, and the smoke does drift up to the top and through cracks up above, and doesn't really like smoke you out the way that you would expect. He kind of is quieter than normal, but he looks over to you, Sonny. He's like, "So, Sonny, have you talked to Valdrin? Is he okay?"
He's okay. Weird things happening, but he's still alive.
He says, then that would just mean that he's kind of experiencing some of the stuff we get to experience, huh? He says, do you are you going to go leave us and join up with him?
Kylon, even if I go visit his tribe with him, I'm gonna come back.
He looks at you like trying to read your expression. He's like, "Oh, okay." He nods to himself. He's like, he says, that's good. He says, I wouldn't want you to just be wandering off. I wouldn't be able to take care of you if you were hundreds of miles away or something. It might be another space thing or a robot that gets you or something. Tor's just shaking his head completely. Tor's like, "You're so stupid sometimes." Kyle's like, what do you mean? I'm asking her if she plans on leaving or not. I mean, we need to have a group together, like a fighting group. If she's not going to be gone, I mean, I need to know.
What, are you going to replace me?
Hey, Kylan's like, no, I wouldn't. No, I'm not talking about that. He looks to the other chamber where Azuma is at. He's like, I just wanted to know if you were going to be around or if you were going to go and join up with Valdrin and do whatever he wants you to do.
What I miss?
That's what you missed as you come back into the chamber. They're just having a side conversation, is all.
Kylon, no.
Why would Sonny leave?
Kylon's like, well, it's I don't know, and he rubs like his helmet where his horns are starting to grow. He's rubbing the outside of it, and he reaches in and kind of scratches them a little bit. He says, I don't know, I'm growing horns. That might be a reason. Tor, I mean, almost killed our friend today. He shrugs.
Okay.
He says maybe she's found a better thing, And he looks down at the fire.
What do you say? You broke up on me?
God. I need to type out all the dialogue. He said maybe you'll find a better thing.
Kylon, that hurts me in my heart. You guys are my tribe now. And even if whatever happens with Valdrin happens, we have so many adventures to go on. We still need to find Leto. I'm dying to meet your father.
Kylon looks over at Delstria. He's like, maybe we don't need to find him.
What?
He just looks down at the fire. He says, I'm going to go to bed. With that, he gets up and he looks around, and then he back the passageway around the corner there a little bit is where he's going to go and set up his bedroll and find a place to sleep.
Aww, poor Kylon.
Anyways, yeah. Tor will spend his time kind of like examining each piece of your armor as you're getting ready, just making sure that it's like doesn't need any field repairs or anything from the combats that you guys have gone through. And that's what he's going to do. After a while, Delstria, you get to be a little bit less twitchy and stuff, and you kind of like after that hour after eating the pepper, you like things get back to normal. You can feel your tongue again, yeah, the night progresses. And if nothing else, the next morning is going to come very quickly for you guys. You wake up and everything is normal. No traps. No one's been kidnapped in the middle of the night.
Good.
Nothing crazy like that. Azuma comes out from her chamber, and she has her Zero rifle there slung over her shoulder, and just kind of looks back and forth at your entire group. She says, when are you most active? During the daytime hours with the light?
Yes, normally before noon, because by noon we're ready to like drink.
She looks and she nods slowly. She says, "That is a short day then for you." Kylon comes around the corner. He says, "Well, we get a lot done in a few hours." He's decked out in all of his armor, shining, brightly, even in the cavern there, just from all the oils he's put on it. He's kind of like the bodybuilder that walks around all oiled up all the time, only it's his armor. And it's just like shining, just super bright. She kind of puts one hand over her eyes.
The mornings are usually kind of rough.
She says, "So mornings are rough, but that is when you are active."
Yeah, I think she means like they're rough and that a lot happens in the mornings to us.
Oh, she says, okay. She says, "Are you going to the Dominion today?"
I thought we needed to go to that glowing cave.
She's going to look over at Sunny because Sunny had mentioned that. And she says, "That is not the way of the Dominion, not the direction."
You're not wrong, but
Tor says, "Well, we could be flanked if we go straight to the Dominion. We have to make sure we do it right." She nods slowly and she says, "Maybe I will stay here then and protect your horses. They cannot travel very far into the cavern safely from this point." Or she would not say the cavern, she'd say the valley. She would say the valley. The valley. She says there are many things that will eat animals that are straying around. And especially if they are tied up and not able to escape.
Yeah, then let's leave them behind because...
Kylon says, "Ogres?" She looks at him and just shrugs. She has no idea what an ogre is.
Wait, out of character here. Does she mean to while we're going to the glowing cave, she'll stay behind?
Yeah, she's going to join you when going to the Dominion, but she has no interest in anything in between, really.
Well, we need our horses to go to the glowing cave. We need to ride to that cave.
You're talking about back here?
Yes.
Okay. Yep. If you want to take them, you can.
I mean, it'd be a long walk.
She kind of looks around. It definitely would be. She kind of looks around and she says, "I will then trade with Peter while you're there."
Okay.
She nods. All right. You get a sense that maybe she's either super focused or she just does not want to risk things, I guess, going that way. So, yeah. At any rate, she said she hadn't seen it, so she has not, she didn't seem to be lying at all in anything that she's told you. You think that she does not know what the glowing cave is, but she hasn't been there. So, okay. So, do you guys get on your horses and head on out? Okay. So, you make it around outside into the morning light that's streaming down from overhead. The chill breeze hits you again there with the autumn quickly turning to winter, and you make it into a steady trot there with all of your horses as they're accustomed to riding along. Azuma is going to need to be on somebody's horse, sharing their horse, because she does not have the movement speed that I thought that she did.
I thought you said she wasn't coming with us.
She's going to trade with Peter.
She'd trade with Peter then while you were going.
There we go.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought she told us to go trade with Peter, so.
No. So she jumps onto one of your horses. It doesn't matter. Actually, it might matter. Who's going to share a horse with Azuma?
I will.
Perfect. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh. Cool. So we also wake up in the morning and Alpion is suddenly bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah, we probably do want to talk about that as you're going.
Somebody had a growth spurt.
There's kind of a red blush on like the forehead of Kylon also. It seems like his skin has been burnt overnight. And there is a much larger bear. Now, I mean much larger bear.
So cuddly. I love it.
How do we describe a bear that changes 4 times, except for nanites? Nanites are the best way to explain this, aren't they?
They really are.
You know what? That's a wonderful way to explain it. Where are the nanite canisters?
In my bag.
Always in the bag. Okay, is this a bag of holding or just a bag?
I think it's just a bag. I think I'm the one who has a bag of holding.
Okay. Well, Delstri, you will notice not only a very, very large bear now that has appeared, but you will notice that Alpion is actually laying next to your bag. And what used to be an Alpion is now a massive bear that's laying there. And it is Alpion still. But you notice that the nanite canisters in your bag actually have like this warm glow resonating from them. And Alpion kind of looks down at the bag and he sniffs a little bit, just kind of like he was smelling you whenever you ate the mushrooms. And he looks over at you and you see his eyes are glowing like a golden color that seems to just kind of, it almost seems to pulsate. And then eventually it kind of dims down after just a few blinks of his eyes. You think that there was something that has triggered within him. Something associated with the nanites, possibly, or the nanites in his own blood. What in the hell are you doing now, Libby?
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you hear that?
It's very, yes. Yes.
Sorry, I was getting some pretzels.
It felt like you were shoveling rocks or something. Okay, no worries. All right, so
sorry, my fake chicken wasn't very good, so
I didn't think it was, but you know what? Pretzels are always good.
Well, I've had some plant-based chicken nuggets before that were delicious, but this brand is not very good.
So with you, Sunny, what is your reaction to your bear? And is there anything else with either one of you that needs to be noted, like any changes that have happened overnight? Okay.
No, literally nothing happened with Sunny.
Oh, no.
No, it's okay, because now when Alpion dies, I can bring him back without an issue. So we're good. I just take a negative level for 24 hours. Minor detail.
Oh, that's not an issue at all.
No.
Everyone can start dying. Tor has breath of life now. That's wonderful.
Yeah,
It is. So is that just an ability between you and Alpion?
Uh-huh.
Huh.
Well,
she can't.
no.
She can't bring other people back. Sadly,
I can't bring people back, but I can bring other like animals back. Because it's not limited to just my animal companion. But I
oh, that's cool. That's really.
I don't
cool.
think it works with just. I don't think I can like bring Delstria back yet.
Unless we turn her into a fox first.
Yes, let's do that.
Yeah, no. So I didn't take the 4th level healing spell because you said that Tor's going to be taking those.
It's shitty anyways. Oh, he already had it. He's in 5th level spells now. And the 5th level one is really not that good. It's Cure Light Wounds Mass.
Yeah.
Which is not good at all, really. So.
Level 4 is Cure Critical, I think.
Yep, he has that spell, and yeah, I don't want you to be tied up on all of your choices. That's one good reason why you have somebody that's a full caster there that's divine, is that he can actually kind of bear some of that weight. So yeah, if you want to do something else that's fun. What'd you pick for a spell?
I picked Shield of Dawn and Freedom of Movement as my level 4 spells.
Sweet.
And then and I gained another level 2 spell, and I chose Calm Emotions because that can get rid of confusion, or it will suppress some of the effects, but it will also suppress. Let's see here.
Rage.
Yeah, it'll suppress like Good Hope and Rage and Bless.
Yeah, Rage specifically in the land of barbarians can turn some barbarian off from being angry. That's really crazy good. Yeah, that can be crazy good. So, yeah, that's cool. Good choices. Really good choices. Cool. So, as I said with Kylon, his face is now, like his temple is red, like he's like been sunburnt. And you can tell that like he's fidgeting on his helmet as Tor's trying to help him with his helmet. And it's obviously raised up a little bit where he can't see out as well as what he did in the past with his helmet
on.
Okay.
Tor, or I'm sorry, Kylon.
Tor looks over at you. Kylon does too. Both of them look. Kylon's like, Delstria, what?
Don't snap at me.
Don't you snap at me. He looks down. He's like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Have you looked in the bag yet that Chronolic gave you?
He shakes his head no.
I think you should.
He says, well, he says, I'm fine. I'm just going to Tor's going to make some adjustments to my helmet before we get out going for the day.
Well, look in the bag while he's doing that. There are some items that might help you.
He nods solemnly. He says, okay. He says, does Sunny have the bag or do you?
Sunny has it.
Sitting in front of Alpion, just kind of looking at him. I've got it.
He looks over at Alpion and he's like, what did he eat last night? Forgetting completely about his own problems as he stomps over and looks at Alpion.
Delstria, did you feed him a weird thing?
I did not, no.
Alpion just pants heavily and now just mountains of drool come flopping out of his jaw now as he looks around, and you can tell he actually looks much happier now that he's this.
You're a big boy now, aren't you there, buddy?
He tilts his head and you hear his stomach now grumbling very loudly
he's gonna eat
as it
so much
echoes.
More.
He looks around and goes,
more. Sunny is going to kind of like toss the bag over to Kylon and then she's going to like tackle Alpion and like cuddle with him. Oh, you're such a good boy.
You tackle him as in jumping into him, and he purposely just rolls just for fun, and you go flopping over with him into the cavern. Kylon is going to catch the bag, and he looks over at you, Delstria, he kind of nods, and then he goes and he opens it up. He looks inside, and then he just shuts it, and he says maybe later tonight. He says maybe later tonight once we have got things to do. We've got to get moving.
Okay. We can work on it tonight.
Tor nods from behind him and meets your eyes, Delstria, and then you can tell kind of a troubled expression from Tor's face.
Yeah.
All right. So speaking of Alpion being so giant, no one should be riding this bear, by the way.
What do Kylon's eyes look like? Are they still normal?
His eyes are normal. Yeah, they look normal. They aren't like red or anything.
Or yellow or anything, or black.
Or yellow or completely solid black or anything like that. No, like his same bright blue eyes that he had before things happened. I mean, started to happen. Yeah, he seems like he's all there, like the way his mannerisms and quirks and everything. But he just seems like he doesn't feel comfortable in his own body. So Alpion is a really, really big bear. I'm glad that you brought that up. Alpion's a super freaking big bear.
Is he going to take up 4 squares now?
Yes. He's so big at this point that it's going to be really fun to have him around.
I hope we don't have any narrow passageways.
He's fine. He can squish.
Yeah, he can squeeze.
He's just fluffy.
He's just fluffy. It's all fluff. It's all fluff. That's great. So no one's riding Alpion, though. That's very important. He's his own bear. He's his own bear. We've had enough riding of animals and animes and everything else in the world, cartoons and such. So he's going to stomp along as his own self. What is his movement speed 40 feet around still?
Yeah.
Okay, that's right. That wouldn't change at all. Azuma is going to get a pair up with one of you two, I guess, for the horse ride. Maybe with Delstria, because you both have ranged weapons.
So Alyssa already said she could ride with her.
Okay. All right. Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah. So we will remember that if anything happens out while on horseback, which nothing will, of course, because you're going through a safe zone here early in the morning as you're traveling. After your breakfast, after bears. Oh, God, I better mark off a spell. Hold on. We're just going to do this continually with Tor. Tor create. Let's see. Where are you at? Are you a level 3 spell?
Are you creating food?
Yes, I'm checking to see what it's going to take here to make. Oh, there it is. It's just a level 3 spell. Okay, so he'll do 2 of those a day, and that will be enough to feed everybody. So I'm just going to mark off 2 of those. So, he gets 7.
We can get more food from
7
Peter.
spells of that level each day. So believe me, it's not. Yeah. It's
wow.
He's
Spellcasters.
He's a bucket of spells. As Alyssa knows with oracles, they are, yeah. So yeah, he has the spells. So he'll do, no big deal. Anything that you guys want to cast before going out, things that would be hours per level or something like that, because this will be a long journey. Even on horseback, it'll take a couple hours. Let's check here and see. Maybe only an hour.
Probably just an hour. It's maybe a mile.
3,000. Oh no, it's 500 feet per square. Remember. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,000 feet. That's not very far. Yeah, it's not going to take very far on horseback. Yeah.
How do we not have hour per level spells?
I'm not going to cast any spells just yet till we get to the.
I don't.
Honestly, I don't think anyone else is either, to tell you the truth. So yeah, okay. So You make it along the forest area here, outside of the forest, of course, close to the canyon, just as you were traveling before. You can make survival checks also as you're riding around here.
Survival.
Or perception checks.
Survival.
Let's say and or.
Oh,
there you go.
okay.
Because you already rolled your nat 1 for the day already, Libby. So
24. Oh, I'm muted.
Okay.
24.
What you're able to see as you're riding along this part of the valley, first thing that you're going to be able to notice is you notice very clearly your trail of horse tracks. Like, it's super easy to follow those. The second thing that you notice is that there really hasn't been anything traveling over the same terrain in the last day. There's been a few tracks of things crossing over from the forest or into the valley wall area here. But nothing that looks like it's a large predator, nothing that matches up with like huge humanoid footprints, nothing with tentacles, nothing that looks like it's a tree dragging itself along, nothing of that nature. So you feel like there's just normal animal tracks around here, which was a really good thing. As you're making your way, continuing, you're going to also see something else, though. Across the river, close to the river, close enough, right about here, you're going to see off in the distance, and remember, this is up 1,500 feet away or so from where you're at. You're probably right around here in the cavern wall area. Whenever you see it, looks like a group of 3 humanoids by the water. Pretty flat terrain. If anything, it's actually angled down where you can have a little bit of a higher ground where you can see them a little bit better. Maybe you're about 50, 60 feet above them. Santa Fe, New Mexico. Do we need to talk to anyone in Santa Fe? That is probably a customer. Well, we'll let them go to voicemail. So as you're going, though, you notice that it looks like there are 3 humanoids here by the water, and I'm going to roll just to see if they even notice you. Yeah, of course they do. Okay, so as you're riding along, you can't really make out anything other than that these are normal sized humanoids. Like, these are medium sized. Whenever it seems like you're noticed, maybe it's a glint of maybe something metal that you're riding with that gets reflected. Maybe it's just the presence of there being 4 horses and a massive bear.
Maybe it's the giant mirror called Kylon.
Yeah, maybe it's Kylon specifically. Regardless, they start to fade off into the brush and away from the river whenever they see you, and they start moving like to the southwest here. And let me get a drink. So, yeah, that's it. What do you guys do? Do you just keep on continuing?
I guess we just carry on our merry way. Can't really do much about them.
Okay. Yep.
Just note that we saw 3 humanoids, and we can't really tell what they are.
All right. It's not much longer until you reach the outside of the glowing cave. The one that Peter had pointed out was pretty easy to see. The terrain drops here about 20 feet, though, and kind of smooths out for a little while. There's some brush and some very small trees kind of covering a clear view of this from the river or from the south side. Hundreds of feet away, you'd easily be able to miss this. But this is partially camouflaged, but you don't think anything about it other than it's just a natural feature. At nighttime, if you're traveling around here, it probably would stand out more. You do notice that there is a soft red glow coming from this area. And you guys will be outside, of course, of the cave. And at that point, it's probably a good time to park horses to pull yourselves together and to figure out what you're going to do. This should be a blackened map also for you right now.
Yes.
Okay, good. That is a good sign because I don't want to reveal everything that you all. No. You can stay there. I need to go over here. Okay, I'm going to grab your peoples. Azuma, by the way, is going to, after seeing the cave, she is going to get off the horse that she's on, and she can either watch these horses while you're in there, or she will be willing to kind of just leave and come back at a period of time, just to be able to check in on the horses, possibly, if you haven't returned in, let's say, 30 minutes. What would you like her to do?
I don't know. What do you think, Sonny? Maybe we could take the horses. Oh, poop. Maybe take the horses down closer to the river where she'll be crossing, so maybe she can see them from Peter's area.
Oh yeah, that would be a good idea. Yeah.
Wait. I'm sorry. You just want to leave our horses next to the river out in the open?
Tor says, we haven't made sure the river's safe.
Or we can take them to Peter's and then come back.
I'm more on board with taking them to Peter's and then coming back.
Okay, well, let's take them to Peter's. Maybe get some more peppers.
Azuma offers.
That's pretty tasty.
I love it. Your tongue kind of still tingles like the next day, you know, but
spicy.
It's like, yeah, it's spicy. Azuma also offers that she could actually just go ahead and lead the horses over there to Peter's if you'd like. Like, and actually bundle the reins together. The two of them that are actually going to be the lead horses pretty much.
Are Oh, y'all froze. Oh, nope, Alyssa didn't freeze. No, did she? Still, I have to stare at you to see if you're gonna move or not, to see if you froze on me.
Yeah.
But Doug is frozen.
Okay.
He's breaking up.